It's a unique center where people are really dedicated to provide care for children with chronic illnesses who need it the most.
Mackenson was founded when Chris and Rick met, and we were both talking about having to take care of diabetic kids in Haiti, and we thought, wow, wouldn't it be great if there was a place where kids could go and learn how to manage their disease before they had to go back home, and a place where other kids with other chronic problems could come and spend some time while they're getting better.
And I think the whole concept about the clinic was developed when Lisa and I were working in the hospital and Rick working in his clinic, and we saw that kids that had these chronic diseases were not able to manage them at home. They didn't know how to give the medicines or how to take care of themselves or how to eat. And we thought that if we were able to provide a more holistic approach to their medical care, that we would be able to provide them a much better life.
My name is Rick Bonnell. My wife Wendy and I are both pediatricians. We started coming to Haiti in 2007 and helped build the clinic at Canaan Orphanage in Maui. That's where we met several children that we've now adopted. So we have 3 biologic children and 5 children that are adopted from Haiti that are all siblings. The oldest child's named Mackenson, and while we were still working on his adoption, we talked to him one Sunday night and he told us that he'd been feeling sick. And within a few minutes we were able to determine that he likely had new onset type 1 diabetes. He'd been peeing a lot, drinking a lot, losing weight, and was very tired. So I came down the next day to Haiti with insulin syringes and supplies and found that he was on the verge of going into DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis. It made us think that there must be many more diabetics in Haiti that have been undiagnosed. We realized we've been working here in clinics and hospitals for 6 years, and I'd never seen a child with type 1 diabetes, despite seeing them so frequently in my practice back in the United States. That same week, Dr. Chris Carpenter and his wife Lisa had found a new onset type 1 diabetic, as well at a hospital that was being treated for something else, not realizing that they had diabetes. So Chris and I sat down and worked on a plan to help identify and then take care of kids with type 1 diabetes in our region of Haiti. And that's how Mackenson was formed. Chris had the idea of having a house and staffing it with nurses that would teach and take in the kids for a few weeks. And we set about getting the funding and hiring the staff, and within a few minutes it was up and going.
Mackenson has a small inpatient capacity so that kids that are currently being treated either for a chronic disease or for diabetes can get their medicines around the clock. And then we also have space to be able to teach them while they're inpatient, especially our diabetic kids, about food and their disease and insulin and how all those things, and exercise and how they all interplay together before they have to go home. And then once kids have left us, they, in particular the diabetics, but also anyone else who needs long-term management even after they've gone home, they will come back at regular intervals in order to get follow-up care.
And we have a full-time nurse that is working with the clinic, and as of now we have 3 doctors that are acting as consultants. One is a pediatrician, myself, Rick, who does emergency pediatrics, and Julia, who is our pediatric endocrinologist.
Mackenson brought about a clinic that treats children diagnosed with diabetes and other chronic illnesses. Mackenson helps show the parents what causes death amongst these children by providing information and education on the disease and the common symptoms that can result in death if left untreated. It provides them with a treatment which can help them combat this disease.
At Mackenson, they provide nourishment on time, show them how to control their blood sugar. Even for me, as a result of my sick sister, I now have a job working there. It has done a lot for me.
There are a lot of parents who do not have the money or the means to help their kids with regards to their sickness. But thanks to Kai Mackenson, they have found the help they needed free of charge. Even me, as someone new to the clinic and this disease, I'm impressed with how the clinic operates. Firstly, they show you how to serve the children, what kind of food to prepare for them, and how often to give it to them. For me also, they educate me on not only the type of food, but the quantity of food each child should have. Those kids who are on a different diet than the rest, I'm also educated on what kind of food they should and should not consume. Working with them, I see the service they provide is a lot. With the education we provide, the demonstration we provide, they've come to understand their illness. They've come to see that even with this sickness, they can live a better life with no long-term complications if they can manage the disease as they are taught in the clinic.
Kai Mackenson has done a lot for me. My name is Clement Simeon, and I had reached a point where everyone lost hope for me. They did not think I could survive, but Kai Mackenson helped me. I used to go to school, but after I got sick, I could no longer go. I used to go to church, but I could no longer go. But then I was admitted to Kai Mackenson and started feeling much better. I want to thank Kai Mackenson. For the moment, I can't say there's much wrong with my son regarding his diabetes. Thanks to Kai Mackenson, I now have hope for him. Before Kai Mackenson, I spent 3 months with him at St. Nicholas Hospital. They could not find anything wrong with him. It's around that time I was referred to Kai Mackenson. Now I don't have to run up and down to try to find medication, food, or treatment. I was at a point where I needed a different way. At some point, I felt like a prisoner to his illness. He struggled a lot. He was unable to walk straight, but now, thanks to God and Kai Mackenson, my son is walking around, running around, has stopped, and there's no more hospital admissions. Every day, Kai Mackenson calls me on the phone to check on my son, make sure he ate and controlled his blood sugar level, train me in what to do if his blood sugar is too high or too low. I think it's an amazing thing. My husband is also very happy because our family is no longer enslaved by his illness. I can stay home and take care of the house and the rest of the kids. Now I feel more comfortable. Our situation doesn't permit things to be great, but now I don't have to run to hospitals and struggle for medication for him.
Before he got sick, we used to play together too. We used to go to school together, but since he became sick, we can't go to school together anymore.
She does a lot for me. She looks after me and makes sure I don't leave the house in any state. We fight sometimes.
And why do you guys fight?
For food. I was admitted to St. Nicholas Hospital. I was so far gone that I didn't know where I was or who even brought me to the hospital. It wasn't until afterwards, when I was on my way to Miss Lisa's house, that I noticed I was in a car that was moving. That is when I was told that I had been diagnosed with diabetes. She took care of me at her house and then transferred me to Kai Mackenson for more treatment. Kai Mackenson has saved my life. Everyone had already cried tears of goodbye for me because they thought I was already dead. But now, when people look at me, if I don't tell them about my illness, they would never even know I was diabetic.
My name is Nini, and I'm Waina's mother. Waina was initially very sick, always suffering. It was a day in November she woke up complaining of leg pain. I took her to the hospital, and every day I went to the hospital, I had to pay. I'm by myself, and I didn't have the money to pay for all of her medication. Every day I had to buy syringes and medication. Unfortunately, I didn't have the money to pay for these things. Finally, when it came time to take the medication, she couldn't find them, or I couldn't afford the medication she needed. But then we came to Kai Mackenson, and since we've been here, she receives her medication every day, and it is because of that we finally found a solution. Thanks to Kai Mackenson, our family found a solution. Thanks to God and Kai Mackenson, Wayne is doing so much better.
With Kai Mackenson, we found a solution. We used to buy one shot of syringe for $60, the medication for $55, and we never felt she had the best treatment. But now we found all these things at no cost. Not only that, but Kai Mackenson takes care of Wina and her mother at no cost as well. I am completely satisfied with the services we receive here, and God will bless this establishment.
I returned from the Dominican Republic with a sick child who was recently operated on. We were invited to stay at Kai Mackenson as he recuperated. When we got here, they welcomed us with open arms. They gave us a bed, a room to stay, and breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They give us a place to shower, and I think it is great because with all the things they do for us, we don't know how much it all costs because they don't ask us to pay a thing.
Life.
Ça que Mackenson veut dire pour moi encore à part de côté médical là, c'est que
What Kai Mackenson means to me, other than the medical facility, is that it creates job opportunities. Right now we have 6 employees. Kai Mackenson gave them the possibility to take care of themselves, their kids, and their families.
I would say Kai Mackenson is a place where kids can improve their quality of life.
This center helped me out a lot. Before, I was not working. Today, I have funds to look after myself thanks to Kai Mackenson. Honestly, I can say Kai Mackenson means deliverance.
What does Kai Mackenson mean to me? It gave me a second chance. It gave me a chance because I have 2 kids and it gave me work to do. Secondly, for the patients, it provides them with health because there were some who were unable to endure. But thanks to Kai Mackenson, they find the help, they find food, they found it all.
Kai Mackenson signifies amazing things. It signifies amazing things because my son was not always like this. Now, he actually looks like a person. When he came back from the hospital last time, we hid him inside the house because people said he looked like a corpse. He did not look like a real person at all. But now, thanks to God, Kai Mackenson, and the team, we see change. Now, I can say, I have hope. I have hope.
To basically start providing the same services that children get here in a country that's going to deserve just the same.
Well, what does Kai Mackenson mean to me? Kai Mackenson signifies health for all kids in Haiti.
Good morning, all. My name is Mackenson Bonnell. I am 17 years old, and I was diagnosed with diabetes last September, about 5 to 6 months ago. Now, because I was the first one where they identified this illness, and they created a clinic which they named after me. The clinic is called Kai Mackenson, and it has helped a lot of kids who would have otherwise died without the services that Kai Mackenson provides. This clinic is a good clinic because there are a lot of kids in the neighborhood with this illness who are now living in the clinic. The people who started the clinic is Dr. Chris and Dr. Rick, who is my adoptive father. He brought me medication when I was first diagnosed and then became sick. I'm encouraging you, if you have this illness, go to Kai Mackenson.
Well, we hope that we continue providing good quality care to as many kids as possible. I would love to be the Center of Excellence for Diabetic Care in Haiti. I would love to be an example of all chronic care so that other facilities would follow our example and provide great continuity of care. And I think that I'd love to expand, but I think our ultimate goal is just to continue providing excellent care.
My hope for Mackenson is that once we've established a good program for diabetics in this region, that we can expand it to other chronic disease. The one that first comes to mind is sickle cell disease. There's quite a bit of sickle cell here in Haiti that's being untreated and undiagnosed, and those kids suffer from quite a bit of pain, disease, and infections that again are fairly easily treated once you've identified the kids and brought in the testing equipment and medicines to help them.